I'm JB Bryan, the creator of Afro Economics, a strategic financial empowerment program based on 10 timeless financial principles like generational wealth and legacy, financial knowledge, credit confidence, entrepreneurship, self-reliance, and more. Afro Economics gives you the guidance and tools you can use to develop and sustain wealth. Check out Afro Economics on your favorite social media platforms. You will find us everywhere. Plus, enjoy my weekly Afro Economics podcast. There are many levels of Afro Economics membership, including the free online access membership level called No Excuses. So make no excuses and check out afroeconomics.com today. Powered by JB Bryan Financial Group, Incorporated, a registered investment advisory firm. Afro Economics. This is the soul of your money. Each Sunday at sunrise, Bible-based money moves and inspiration. I'm JB Bryan, your host, and the creator of Afro Economics, a strategic financial management program developed for the advancement of Black wealth in America and abroad. Good morning. It is the soul of your money, and I am JB Bryan, and thank you so much for sharing your Sunday at sunrise with me. I am the creator of Afro Economics and the host of The Soul of Your Money, the fifth principle of Afro Economics. Check out afroeconomics.com so you can actually join in on the webinar. I know a lot of you are sharing this via your radio station or on social media, but check it out at afroeconomics.com. You can participate with the other participants like Dr. Williams, like Mr. Jones, like Barbara, like the Clintons, like Dr. Ward. Like you can be just chilling, sending me messages right now. So go to afroeconomics.com, go to the events calendar, and you can be checking this out live and participating back and forth. So, and don't hesitate ever to contact me at 1-844-JB-BRYAN if you have anything that you can help me be inspired. Yes, help me as well. But honestly, you can know that I'm just a call away, an email away at jb@jbbryan.com so that we can inspire one another. I am asking God to fill us up with knowledge this morning, knowledge of His will and spiritual wisdom and understanding. May we live in a manner worthy of the Lord, fully pleasing to God, bearing the fruit in every good work and increasing our knowledge of God. Today, let's talk about keeping our momentum and growing. Because this is the soul of your money, the soul of your life. It's about inspiring you and bringing God into every aspect of our life. So I have some key things, some key tips of just keeping our momentum, keeping it going, staying inspired, growing as a person, growing as a mom, growing as a dad, growing as a girlfriend, growing as a wife, growing as a person, growing and keeping our momentum. Sometimes if you just look at your friends or look at each other, there'll come a point where something might happen in their life and they'll decide that they can just give up or they can just stop. Well, what I see is that I just have a responsibility to God. So even when I feel like giving up now, hey, I'm celebrating 25 years in business in a couple of months in March of 2020. So you know that things have happened over that 25 years that had to be bigger than me to keep me inspired. It had to be God that said, you have a responsibility to stay on point. I mean, I can tell you things that would just make you cry, but there's no power there. Instead, I want to use my life use my experiences to say, no matter what, we have to keep going. So my first tip for us on growing and keeping our momentum is to create a plan and get after it. Create a plan and get after it. In 1995, when I started my business, I said, I want to provide services in closing out the wealth gap in America and abroad. And that's what Afroeconomics is all about. And it keeps me focused that I have a responsibility to build the wealth of the Black community. Because there's so much research done on Black people don't have as much wealth. Black people aren't doing as well. Black people make so much less income. Black people, all of this bad stuff. But I know that God is bigger than all of that. Saw the Harriet Tubman movie last night. Definitely was inspired. And I definitely know what she was talking about when she said that she could have freed thousands more of slaves if they had known that they were slaves, because I feel that way a lot when I'm trying to help people with their financial services. But I know, that this is just free information. And you'll try to share with a friend, and you say, listen to this, what JB Bryan was talking about the other day. And they won't even want to listen, but without hesitation, they will ask you for money. There's no power there. So my first point is that we have to create a plan if we want to grow in life, and we have to get after it. And in Jeremiah 29, verse 11 through 13, the word says, for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. Then you will call on me and come and pray to me, and I will listen to you. You will seek me and find me when you seek me with all your heart. Wow, that's it. Get after it. Seek him with all your heart. Make that plan. Include God in it. The fifth principle of Afroeconomics is God. Including God in all of our financial decisions. A second point is don't delay. Be consistent. Do it now. And that made me think of in Psalms 32, verse 8, it says, I will instruct you and teach you in the way you should go. I will counsel you with my loving eye on you. Be consistent. Do it now. He's looking at you. God is with you. So why should we be hesitant? Why should we even delay? I will instruct you and teach you in the way that you should go. So when we hear it, it makes me think again about that Harriet movie where they used like she would get led by God. She would just receive this, and without delay, she would follow the instruction of God. But there was a scene where she was told not to go that way, but to go the other way, that there was trouble ahead. And one of the people she was trying to save said, no, I'm going to go the other way. And she turned and went the other way. It went the way that she was instructed. And then when she got to the other side and they followed her, after they saw that she was going to live going across the river. And she walked across with God. But without delay, consistently, she listened to God and walked on that. Walked through a river that she had no idea if it was just going to fall from under her. And it ain't like slaves with the swimming classes. So they were terrified. So she said, well, I'm going to have to do that. And when you're a first generation entrepreneur, other than farmers, that's what I am. I have no idea how many people not related to me. And I've even had people who have told me, when I saw you came and spoke to my high school, and now that's why I'm in financial services. I started my business because of that. And someone inboxed me the other day and they were like, well, how can you be my mentor? And I said, that's why I started Afroeconomics. It has an entrepreneurship membership. And the sister said, well, I have a lot of stuff going on right now But so what she did was put her stuff, but she said, I have other things that I'm taking care of right now. I really don't have time to invest in that membership. And instead of telling her, I sent her to the site. Instead of telling her, there is a free membership available, I just turned it over to God and kept staying focused on the people that I have to help right now. She's choosing not to be faithful. That's up to her. There's nothing else that I can do. If I have a free membership online available to you, what else can I do? I'm walking across the river. I'm taking on the load for you. What else can you do? So another point, which would be 3, and I have it as 2, because I have 2 1s in my notes. But a third point would be keep your word. Be diligent in these matters. Give yourself wholly to them so that everyone may see your progress. Keep your word to people. Let them see how much God has blessed your life. Let them see, and that is 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 15. Be diligent in these matters. Give yourself wholly to them so that everyone may see your progress. If you're not keeping your word and you're not being diligent, and you're not doing what you promised that you would do to your kids, to your husband, to your wife, to your, if you're not being diligent in your business, then you're not being the example that you need to be. But if Harriet Tubman had said, well, y'all go across that river first, let me see. No, she said, I will do it so that everyone can see the progress that God has done in her life. I'll set the example. Let's set the example. Let's be all that we're supposed to be so that everyone can see your progress. 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 15. Take time to pray and meditate. That's our 4th point, right? Take time to pray and meditate to be more creative and to be a better servant to all that you serve, to all that you inspire, to be better at your work. Pray and meditate. Sometimes we're just so quick to speak or argue or fight, to be aggressive because that's the way we've been programmed. That's the stuff that we watch on TV. But let's take time to pray and meditate on things to help build and complete us as a person, right? So that we may live a life worthy of the Lord and please him in every way. This is in Colossians chapter 1, verse 10. So that we may live a life worthy of the Lord and please him in every way, bearing fruit in every good work, growing in the knowledge of God. Take time to meditate and pray. A 5th point is, look, we have to realize that we are living and that what we're doing is God's will. That it is God's will for us to expand. Expansion, my 5th point. Expansion, our broadening, our helping more people is God's will. We have to be willing to go into the unknown. Here I am, 25 years into business, have for 25 years wanted to do this. I remember at least 20 years ago, I used to have a workshop called What Would Jesus Do in Financial Management? What would Jesus do? And it was scripture-based. And that's not enough now. That's not enough. I said, I got to get a book. I got to get an ebook. I got to get an audio book. So I did all of that. Because God said we have to expand it. We have to make it available to them. So that written in the middle of my book are scriptures for your financial management. Bible in the middle of Afroeconomics, Our Black Wealth Matters. Not the entire Bible, of course, but the word. And then I had to be willing to go into the unknown and say, I want to share it. I want to make that into a discussion on Sunday mornings. That's going into the unknown. In Isaiah chapter 54, verse 2 through 3, it says, enlarge the place of your tent Stretch your tent curtains wide. Do not hold back. Lengthen your cords. Strengthen your stakes. For you will spread out to the right and the left. Your descendants will dispossess nations and settle in their desolate cities. So I said to myself, now that's Isaiah chapter 54, verse 2 through 3. Now, I said to myself, your descendants will dispossess nations and settle in their desolate cities. Listen, that's something. I mean, you think about it. You think about my praying grandparents, and you think about they lived nowhere near Virginia. They lived near Virginia, but they were not in Virginia. They were not in DC. They were not in New York, where my offices are located. They weren't there. So they weren't everywhere. I have people in Afroeconomics in Chicago, in California, in New York, of course. You know what I mean? All over, going all over. You know, so that's what it's saying, that your descendants will dispossess their nations. I moved past being a farmer in North Carolina, and I settled in places that were unknown. That because they allowed me, because of their faith in God, they allowed me and my parents to enlarge the place of your tents. Stretch your tents curtains wide. Do not hold back. Lengthen your cords. Strengthen your stakes. So when you go, do it big. Be it strong. Do what you got to do. Represent, right? But expand and go. That's how we're going to grow. We have to have that faith where God says, you know, you don't know, but he knows. And he said, go and help more people. A sixth point is keep God in the middle of everything. You got to. I can't even imagine writing my book without having God in it. You know, that's what has kept me here. I can't take credit for anything. It is all God and my faith in him that helps me work. And I'm often told, oh, it's not politically correct to talk about God. I remember that, and then I thought to myself, they don't understand. They don't understand. I don't work for some corporate environment where you can't talk about that. Don't ask, don't tell. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm going to tell you about my relationship with God. You won't have to ask me about it. This is it. So keep God at the middle. If you want to grow and expand as a person who loves God, you got to keep God in the middle of everything and forget about what they said. Or anybody who doesn't like it. Get them to move away from you. They got to move away because you got something you have to do. God has given you your purpose for your life. You got to dare to live it. John chapter 15, verse 5. I am the vine, you are the branches. If you remain in me and I in you, you will bear much fruit. Apart from me, you can do nothing. Enough said. Apart from me, you can do nothing. I mean, that's pretty straightforward. A seventh point, take responsibility for everything. You can't grow, pick up momentum, help more people, expand your life in any capacity without taking responsibility for absolutely everything. Even the stuff that you didn't do. Take responsibility for it, move on for it. I shouldn't have even been in that situation. I shouldn't have been in those surroundings. I shouldn't have been in that association. Anyway, take responsibility for everything. People, oh, it's not my fault. It's not my fault. I take full responsibility for everything. For everything. For even knowing the wrong people. Take responsibility for it. Take responsibility for everything. Then you can clean it up. And then you can grow. And you can expand. And you can keep your momentum. When you don't take responsibility for it, you don't get to grow. In Corinthians, 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 11, it says, when I was a child, I talked like a child. I thought like a child. I reasoned like a child. When I became a man, I put the ways of childhood behind me. Powerful. To me, that just means be responsible. Because a child can say, well, I didn't get the call. I didn't get the call, so that's why I didn't help you get the water up out of the basement, because I just didn't get the call. Like that. Hey, our phone systems were just taking responsibility. The plumber should say our phone systems were down. Is there anything that I can help you with? I'm ready to take your responsibility for that. And I'll give you a discount because you've been sitting there with water in your basement for a day. And because I didn't get to call them because of the phone. They understand that. That's taking responsibility. Things go wrong. You're only human. We're talking about technology here. But if I didn't get the call, so what you need. That's not taking responsibility. Eighth point is that confidence is vital. Confidence is vital. I'm so glad. Thank you, God, for not turning off that power. I hit that cord. Confidence is vital. And then, here he is in Philippians, we get even more help. Being confident of this, that he who began a good work in you will carry it out to completion until the day of Jesus Christ. Philippians chapter 1, verse 6. So he's going to finish it. Put your confidence in God that everything that you see as God's will for your life and you are confident in that, be confident in it. Because confidence is vital to your growth and your continuous growth of keeping that momentum. You lose your confidence, then you stop taking responsibility, you get off course, you sit back, you park instead of continuing to move forward. You're parked. Like me on Friday, coming out of Maryland, headed back south, and I had meetings all day in Maryland. So I'm coming back and I'm like, I have this easy pass. And to me, God is like the easy pass. I'm driving past people who are parked to the right, but God is like the easy pass, and he's just moving me right on down. Because he says, I will carry you on to its completion. He will get it done. You want an easy pass? In my opinion, keep your faith in God. Keep your faith in God. A ninth point is stay focused. In Philippians chapter 3, verse 13 through 14, he says, brothers and sisters, I do not consider myself yet to have taken hold of it. But one thing I do, forgetting what is behind and straining toward what is ahead, I press on towards the goal to win the prize for which God has called me heavenward in Jesus Christ. I press toward the goal. Philippians chapter 3, verse 13 through 14. Stay focused. Press toward the goal to win the prize for which God has called upon you to do. A 10th point is success is guaranteed with God. Success, your success, our success is guaranteed. Yes, it is guaranteed with God. He says, for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. That's success. Plans to give you hope and a future. That's success. Then you will call on me and come and pray to me, and I will listen to you. You will seek me and find me when you seek me with all your heart. That's success. Being confident of this, that he will begin a good work in you, will carry you on to completion until the day of Jesus Christ. That's the Philippians chapter 1, verse 6. Being confident of this. Your success is guaranteed with God. And a final point, you cannot be stopped. So we're talking about momentum and growth. You cannot be stopped. Romans chapter 16, verse 20, the God of peace will soon crush Satan under your feet. The grace of our Lord Jesus be with you. You cannot be stopped. The God of peace will soon crush Satan under your feet. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. You cannot be stopped. Don't even allow yourself to stop you. I pray that God would help you to count it all joy every time you meet trials, tribulations, problems, friends, anything. I pray that God will help you count it all joy, knowing that the testing of your faith produces our strength. Ask God to give us all the strength to hold on and know that with God, our purpose is perfect and complete. We are lacking nothing. He will make sure that we lack in nothing. We are able to move forward and grow through God. God bless you, my friends. God bless you, my friends. And be at peace and be well. That's the soul of your money. Heard each Sunday at sunrise, Bible-based money moves, and I hope a lot of inspiration. I'm JB Bryan, the creator of Afro Economics, a strategic financial management program developed for the advancement of Black wealth in America and abroad. Check it out. Afro Economics is on all of your favorite social media platforms, and you'll find us everywhere. And enjoy the Afro Economics podcast and YouTube videos as well. Big YouTube library. This has been powered by JB Bryan Financial Group, a registered investment advisory firm. Make sure you hashtag Afro Economics. Have a wonderful week. The soul of your money. Heard each Sunday at sunrise, Bible-based money moves and inspiration. I'm JB Bryan, the creator of Afro Economics, a strategic financial management program developed for the advancement of Black wealth in America and abroad. Check out Afro Economics on your favorite social media platforms. You will find us everywhere. Plus, enjoy my weekly Afro Economics podcast. Powered by JB Bryan Financial Group Incorporated, a registered investment advisory firm. Hashtag Afro Economics. I'm JB Bryan, the creator of Afro Economics, a strategic financial empowerment program based on 10 timeless financial principles like generational wealth and legacy, financial knowledge, credit confidence, entrepreneurship, self-reliance, and more. Afro Economics gives you the guidance and tools you can use to develop and sustain wealth. Check out Afro Economics on your favorite social media platforms. You will find us everywhere. Plus, enjoy my weekly Afro Economics podcast. There are many levels of Afro Economics membership, including the free online access membership level called No Excuses. So make no excuses and check out afroeconomics.com today. powered by J.B. Bryan Financial Group, Incorporated, a registered investment advisory firm. #Afroeconomics.